Hi, welcome to Soulprint Intuitive Tarot for another mini. I'm going to try to keep this one shorter. Um, I want to take a look at Bonnie Willis. So this is why. Last week we were all, I guess entertained maybe, by that court proceeding where they were trying to figure out if, what she had done was so egregious that she needed to be removed from um, the Georgia case involving, Trump and his however many are left, 14 or whatever it is, conspirators, co-conspirators. Now, from what I understand, um, in Georgia, you can have a husband on one side and a wife on the other, like, you know, um, prosecutor and defense. And even though they're married, they can still um, work together in the same court kind of thing. So it doesn't make sense that there's going to be a great big push for it's hard to find where there's going to be like a sort of a legal reason to get her out. The judge is being extraordinarily careful to make sure that basically his T's are crossed, I's are dotted. And he has been so since the very beginning. And, given the magnitude of the case, kind of can't blame him. Makes sense that he would be very cautious and very careful. And, right. I think sometimes he might be a little too cautious, a little too hesitant. But we shall see. We shall see if things go forward. So on the one hand, they're saying, well, even if she gets removed, it just goes to sort of another area or department or division or whatever, and the case proceeds. There are other people who say if she's removed, like the whole thing's just going to sort of fall apart. Let's take a look at what's going on there, how she's doing, and hopefully we will get some clarity on perhaps what the judge is going to decide. There we go. Energy Fani Willis, Energy Fani Willis, Energy Fani Willis. The Empress, followed by the Chariot. And I could just stop the reading right now. Energetically right now, she is fine. This case is going to continue to move forward under her rule, under her power, under her department. She has an abundance of I sort of want to say abundance of legal rulings to support her. There is things that were said in court that were sort of in contradiction to her affidavit and Mr. Wade's affidavit have been sort of discredited. And so as things move forward, it really does feel like she is going to sort of remain in the driver's seat. Her sort of flair of emotion and passion actually served her well. Not only did it give a lot of people a little bit of a taste of kind of what she's like in a court setting, but more importantly, it sort of showed that she will not bow down. She is not going to bend. And so she has the strength, the power, the energy swirling around her. And she is going to get news that is going to make a lot of people who were not, Trump supporters, like happy, because that's just what needs to go on. The Trump people tried to muddy the waters with a whole bunch of mud. She's going to take this thing right back and get it back. It's not really off track, but she's going to Make sure it stays on track, make sure it's moving forward. What? They're telling me that she seems to be eyeing a September court date. I don't know if there's one been set aside. I don't know if anybody's given any indication of when that might be, when this thing might actually start moving. But for some reason, September seems to be significant with, in regards to this case and it unfolding. She has the goods. She has the goods. It is her intention Seven of Swords. It is her intention to wrap up, bind the people who truly just broke the law. And the fact that the head honcho is, who, it doesn't intimidate her. It doesn't cow her at all. For those of you who have been watching for a long time, you know that the Fool is one of my cards for Trump. The Hangman. There's more delays than she, would wishes there were. But ultimately, it will serve her. She is carrying a heavy load. You got all of these defendants and you've got all the craziness. The bottom line is that there is a phone call, there is a recording of Trump saying, "Get me those votes." Very hard for the defense to say that didn't happen, that's not accurate. Even though there's a lot of people, it's going to be a big lift because it's so important that every single direction area is anticipated and that there is plan in terms of how to handle it. It's been interesting as you've been watching the judges' rulings come down, whether it was the New York fraud case or whether it was the Ninth Circuit Appeal Court with Trump's whole immunity thing. The courts are being very, very diligent about knocking back and discrediting all of the Trumpian arguments. All right. It's not like they're just making a ruling and going, yeah, guilty or, he did that or whatever. They are being systematic about discrediting everything he says, his lawyers say, because they're not going to leave even a little crack that can get widened by Trump and his lawyers. So they're being incredibly diligent. And the same absolutely applies to this case in Georgia. There is no stone, I guess, that they are leaving unturned. They are finding everything there is to find. She's sitting here with the Four of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. So she is holding on. She is hanging on tough. She is not going to let go. Ultimately, it will be her success to have. Okay. They may continue to try to, muddy the water and do whatever. It's going to get to the point where they're going to run out of options and it's going to be like, no, this is going ahead and it's going ahead now. So that is some good news. And let's all keep our fingers crossed that me and my spirit guides are accurate. Please don't forget to include your questions in the comment section below for Pendulum Friday. Also, for anybody who is looking for a private reading, I'm actually booking fairly early in March. So if that's something you're interested in the drop box below, there's an address, soulprint888@gmail.com. Just send me out a quick little email saying you want information on private readings, and I will send it all back to you so you know. Okay, until next time, take care and be well. Bye-bye for now.